As the Congress top leadership calls for unity in the wake of these escalating tensions right after the Pahalgam carnage, voices within the Congress party are striking a softer note on Pakistan. Let's break that down for you. Because in Karnataka, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah appealed for peace, urging people to choose dialogue over war. Meanwhile, senior Congress leader Vijay Vadettiwar remarked that terrorists don't check the religion of their victims before carrying out the attacks. And then you've got, of course, Ravi Shankar Prasad adding to the row, questioning whether Muslims truly feel accepted in today's India. Veteran Congress leader Saifuddin Soz further stirred the pot, suggesting that India should trust Pakistan's denial of involvement in the latest attack. And the series of statements that have now come forth, it has triggered sharp criticism from the Bharatiya Janata Party, which has accused the Congress party of playing politics at the cost of national security. Meanwhile, the Congress top brass has asked the party to show national solidarity. Mallikarjun Kharge said that this is not the time for partisan politics, whereas Shashi Tharoor of the Congress party, in defense of the government, said that no country has foolproof intelligence. Rahul Gandhi is also part of that Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defence, that meeting that is underway. The Standing Committee on Defence and that meeting is underway. Leader of opposition of the lower house of the parliament, Rahul Gandhi, Congress leader, also part of that meeting. And the shifting Congress responses that we've been seeing after Mallikarjun Kharge carried out that press conference, Rahul Gandhi also asking for solidarity, bipartisan unity after that all-party meet that was convened by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh just 24 hours after the Pahalgam carnage. The shifting Congress responses to the Pahalgam terror attack offers insight into the delicate balancing act that the party has to now perform on sensitive issues like nationalism and terrorism. Meanwhile, let's first up listen in to what Vijay Vadettiwar had to say, what all the Congress leaders in their shifting stance at this particular point looks like. Ravi Shankar Prasad questioning whether Muslims truly feel accepted in today's India. You've got Saifuddin Soz, veteran Congress leader, stirring the pot, suggesting that India should trust Pakistan's denial of involvement in the latest attack. Before we move on, here's the Congress leaders on your screens.
पहलगाम की जिम्मेदारी किसकी है? जिम्मेदारी तो सरकार ने लेनी चाहिए। पहलगाम की जिम्मेदारी, जो पहलगाम में घटना हुई, 27 लोगों की जान गई, क्या तुम्हारा वहाँ पे सिक्योरिटी क्यों नहीं थी? क्यों निकाली गई? वहाँ पे तुम्हारे इतने 200 किलोमीटर तक लोग अंदर आके अतिरिक्त घुस जाते हैं, तो तुम्हारा इंटेलिजेंस क्या कर रहा था? वो फेल्योर नहीं है, इस सरकार का फेल्योर नहीं है। इस बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता। बात क्या करते हैं? तो उन्होंने हिंदू का पूछ कर मारा। अरे कोई टेररिस्ट को पूछने तक समय होता है क्या? उनके कान में जाके नजदीक जाके पूछेगा? ये सब जो बातें हैं, बहुत सारे इसमें कंट्रोवर्शियल, कोई बोलता है ऐसा हुआ ही नहीं, कोई बोलते ऐसा हुआ है। ये प्लान करके मत करो। टेररिस्ट है, उसको कोई जात धर्म नहीं होता है, उसके साथ में ऐसा मत करो। और उसको सीधा से सीधा उनको पकड़ के कार्रवाई करो। यही देशवासियों की भावना है। ये देश के ऊपर का हमला हम मानते हैं। अब इस तरह से बातें करके मूल मुद्दों को बगल देना, यह गलत है।
ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಗಿ ಕ್ರಮಗಳು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ। ಭದ್ರತಾ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು। ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಪರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಶಾಂತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಜನರಿಗೆ ಭದ್ರತೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಭದ್ರತಾ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೋಬೇಕು।
Well, joining me here on the broadcast, an esteemed set of panelists, Major General Sudhakar Ji, Defence and Strategy expert. Always a pleasure to be speaking to you, General Sudhakar. And Advocate Harsh Dhaiya, political analyst, also with us on the broadcast. Now, the discussion that we should and need to have today is going to be a little more political, but there are, of course, defence aspects. And General, you're privy to almost all of them, so it's always a pleasure to have you with us on this discussion as well. Let's quickly break down, because we've got Shashi Tharoor's, reaction coming in, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Sambit Patra, Ravi Shankar Prasad again hitting out at the Congress party. Siddaramaiah's U-turn also, which you just heard earlier. He said that we need to go full out on a war, and now he's shifted that stance. It's a complete U-turn. He says we should look for peace and not war. After the first 24 hours, Harsh Dhaiya, let me come to you first. After the first 24 hours, the defense minister called for that all-party meet. Bipartisan unity came out. Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, they all spoke to the media right after that, carried out their own press conference. It seemed like everybody was together. But over the next course of the 36 hours, there are fissures that have now come out. Ravi Shankar Prasad saying, will the Congress top leadership ask now Siddaramaiah to apologize for it? These are insensible and shameless remarks that are now coming. Basically, what hurts the common man out there is that there was bipartisan unity, quite literally visible to everybody, and now there are fissures in the unity, at least of the opposition, when the entire country should be standing together, at least in the wake of the Pahalgam carnage. How does one look at it? We'll continue to play those reactions, but first to you, Advocate Daya, please.
Kabir, let's be very clear on one aspect that the unity that we saw in the all-party meet was a temporary unity. We should not forget that these are political parties at the end of the day, which is very shameful of them to play the vote bank politics at this hour. At a time when they should be showing more and more unity in this period of grief and this period of anger, they are playing to the vote bank politics. And what kind of vote bank politics? The Congress is aware what their vote bank wants to hear. They are echoing the thoughts of their vote bank. And I would further like to go ahead and say that India is fighting war on three fronts. First is the external front, where we have to confront enemies like Pakistan, where we have to ensure that Pakistan becomes so weak that they are not able to eye anything evil against India. The second front is the internal front, where these Deshdrohis, where these internal enemies are echoing the thoughts of Pakistan and doing the groundwork for Pakistan in our country. And the third is the war of narrative. The third front is the narrative war, wherein these political parties and these political person, like the visuals that you were playing of the MLA of Congress, Mr. Vijay Wadekar and Mani Shankar Iyer, they are playing to the narrative of Pakistan. They are echoing the narrative of Pakistan over here. So we need to counter that narrative as well. And if we fight the war on all three fronts, then only I believe that India could truly emerge victorious. But if we defeat the external enemy, which is the first front, but we are unable to defeat the internal enemies and unable to counter the narrative of these internal enemies, then we have lost this war.
Many thanks for those opening statements. General Sudhakar, let me come to you next. Of course, amidst this political brinkmanship, is our national unity agenda, the military agenda, is that taking a hit? Or is this general everyday politics? I mean, politicians will carry out political duties in their day-to-day times. These are political parties. One will look to exploit, for their own gains. But does that collectively hurt the national agenda, the developments that we've been seeing? The Standing Committee on Defense is currently underway with their meeting as well.
Absolutely, Kabir. Very relevant question that you have asked, and in response, in one line, if I may have to say, in matters of national security, there is no requirement of collective mandate or collective unanimity. As long as we are clear that there is some act of terror has taken place, we have lost 26 innocent lives, unarmed, unprepared for, that too at a place which consistently has witnessed peace and normalcy over so many months, and maybe not too for long, maybe 3 to 4 years or so after 2019. Perhaps it calls for, regardless of the unity, I think the governing dispensation should be morally and ethically convinced that whatever decision they are taking, they are doing it for the good cause of national security. This is one part. Second part is, it is not an uncommon phenomena to see such kind of variance or diversions from national consensus outside the hall, because the ethos and the principles of democracy like India is also evolving by the time. Why? I'll tell you why. There are too many socio-economic fault lines. Enemies are enemies. Like the advocate very nicely he brought out three fronts. If I start counting the fronts, there are eternal fronts. You have an extended front on the northern border. You have Bangladesh to another side. You have Myanmar to and Manipur also posing another front. You have Doklam, which is mounting virtually looking over the Siliguri corridor. You have inside your country, you have 9 religions, out of which 4 are global religions. And you have how many 25,000 sub-castes based on occupation, 5,000 castes based on primary castes, and the major castes. You have ethnic divide is so much, 2,678 or more languages. As per the constitution, you have 22 languages, out of 2 are national languages. But if you go deeper into the history, there are more than 1,700 languages in the country. Just look at the politics. So diversity is so high. The United Front Works Department of China, as also there are multiple agencies who are inimical to the growth story of India. Nobody in the world wants India to post a GDP or the rate of growth at 6.2, 6.5, 7 or 8. Nobody wants India to become a global power by, there is an old historical philosophy. Professor Allison in Harvard University has written a nice paper, Thucydide Trap. What is Thucydide Trap? It is not a concept, it is a historically proven theory that any established power will never accept any emerging or rising power to come up to its footing. Mind, footing is the language, actual expression used, nowhere close to its feet. So anytime they do it, in past several years, if I remember correctly, around 500 years they've carried out research. There are 16 very prominent cases. Out of 16, 12 cases have led to very serious conflicts. So what am I trying to say? That India is the bright spot, it is the shining spot, despite all diversity, all challenges, internal, external, and also, I would say, there are some invisible threats which are existing. Invisible. The deep state of America is right in the wing in the eastern flank. There are Five Eyes who are breathing down the neck of India. There are, after George Soros has tied down, his son has taken over. Hopefully he should also get tied down. There is another guy who is popping his head out as a deep state who's taking control of all these things. So all these things put together, if our Congress people, I'm sorry I'm a military man, I'm supposed to be apolitical. I am apolitical. No military man will ever have an entitlement to talk anything about the politics. But when it comes to going against the national security, I think I, as a citizen, I have the mandate to articulate and express that these are the people, they are in the hands of Pakistan, they're in the hands of China, they're in the hands of all inimical forces. They must be taken to task. Our parliament would do well to legislate some form of code of conduct by the political leadership. Otherwise, the country is open to be invaded by invisible forces, and you will have Al-Qaeda.
Rightly put, General. You've made a pertinent point over there. And, when we are talking about diversity in our, unity, it is a strong point, but then again, anything can go, sideways as well. Things can go awry. Advocate Dhaya, take a look at this. The breaking developments were flashing on our screens as well. At that Parliamentary Committee meeting on defense, Rahul Gandhi has said that only mine and Kharge ji's statement is the official statement of the Congress party. But that does not mean that what Timapur, the Karnataka excise minister, has said, what Awami Ittihad Party, Khurshid Ahmed Sheikh has said, what Shashi Tharoor has said, Robert Vadra going back on his statement. Then you've got Vijay Vadattiyar that we just played out as well. You know what, before we go to that statement, some leaders are expressing their personal views, is what Rahul Gandhi has said at that meeting. Let's listen in to a quick bite belt of the different stands that are coming across from the Congress party, and then I'll come back to my question to you, Advocate.
जो पहलगाम में घटना हुई, 27 लोगों की जान गई, क्या तुम्हारा वहाँ पे सिक्योरिटी क्यों नहीं थी? क्यों निकाली गई? वहाँ पे तुम्हारे इतने 200 किलोमीटर तक लोग अंदर आके घुस जाते हैं, तो तुम्हारा इंटेलिजेंस क्या कर रहा था? वो फेल्योर नहीं है, इस सरकार का फेल्योर नहीं है, इस बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता. बात क्या करते हैं? तो उन्होंने हिंदू का पूछ कर मारा. अरे कोई टेररिस्ट को पूछने तक समय होता है क्या? उनके कान में जाके नजदीक जाके पूछेगा.
In today's India, does the Muslim feel that he is accepted? Does the Muslim feel that he is cherished? Does the Muslim feel that he is celebrated? Why should I answer my own questions? Ask any Muslim and you will get the answers.
If Pakistan says that it is not involved, let us accept that argument for a time and we shall ultimately go by our investigating agencies, and they will know better after they go into it minutely and then locate what is what.
In our country, we see that this government will try and show that, talk about Hindutva, and, the minorities feel uncomfortable, and, they feel troubled when you have a survey on, mosques, or you tell people you cannot pray in this way or that way. These kind of things create instability, communal issues. And if you see the way this act, if you dissect this terrorist act that took place, if they're looking at people's identity, why are they looking at people's identity? Because there's a divide that has come about in our country with Hindus and Muslims and also Christians.
Advocate Dhaya, Rahul Gandhi saying that my statement and Kharge ji's statement is the official statement. All those are other personal views. But those personal views also have implications. They also have a fan following. Robert Vadra is bound to make a headline if he says something against faulting the centre's approach. What does this mean for national unity, for our politics? Where are we headed? Mind you, of course, now that we have spoken about politics, there are some elections that are also right around the corner. With politicians, you need to speak about the elections as well. Help put this into perspective for the viewers.
Kabir, my analysis on this is very simple, that, they are catering to their vote bank. What Rahul Gandhi and Kharge are saying, they are catering to the larger public of India, wherein they want to portray that they are with the government, they are with the country at this hour of grief. But what these people are saying, do you think in a party like Congress, where one family is running the show completely, these statements can come without their approval? All these statements that are being made, be it the Congress MLA from Maharashtra, be it the chief minister of Karnataka, be it Robert Vadra, who's part of the Gandhi family, do you think they can give these kind of statements without approval of Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi? All these statements, all these divisive statements, all these anti-India narrative has the approval of Rahul Gandhi, has the approval of Kharge. See, Kharge approvals anyway doesn't mean anything these days. It is Rahul Gandhi who is running the show, and it is on his behest that such statements are being given to cater to a particular vote bank which hates India, which hates India's growth story. And what Major General rightly pointed out, that there are too many internal fault lines which these political parties are making use of, which China is trying to make use of, which Pakistan is trying to make use of, and we need to take care of these fault lines. Otherwise, we are having a very bleak future ahead, wherein the internal conflicts would be so much that these external forces would be playing to the internal conflicts even more, and that would be a ring of danger for the country. And we really need to be careful on that front.
Yep. All right. General Sudhakar, let's come to the defense aspect of this. My final question to you before we wrap up this segment. There are other stories to look at as well, of course, in connection with the Pahalgam carnage. But another top headline that everybody is talking about today is the Rafale deal that has been signed for the Indian Navy. 26 more aircraft with marine technology inbuilt. Help put this into perspective as well. People are talking about lack of missiles. People are talking about our aviation preparedness. The Rafale deal coming in here, which has already been so politically controversial, ever since the advent of such a deal. How big of a boost is this? What are the challenges? How do we look at it? Over to you, sir.
Very quickly, firstly, I have been on a couple of channels, including an international channel, about the same question. People should understand the deal which has been signed. It is because the defense minister of France, I think he couldn't come with due deference to the emotions and the sentiments post Pahalgam incident. Therefore, it has been virtually signed. Now, how big is it going to give a boost to our defense preparedness? A very big boost. Because earlier we used to manage and have only one aircraft carrier. This is an aircraft which is going to be based on an aircraft carrier. And this aircraft is going to be inducted into our Indian Navy in a timeline between 2029-30. Because many of the people, including media, they are under the impression it's coming tomorrow morning. No, just to go in for a combat against Pakistan. No, it will take a lot of time. And so let's see very quickly what are the advantages. The advantages of this platform I'll not go into the controversies.
Give us a quick SWOT analysis, General. Give us a quick SWOT analysis.
Yeah. First and foremost, the nearest aircraft comparable with this particular aircraft, Rafale, is F-16. When you compare with F-16, you have the following advantages. First advantage is the weight to thrust ratio is higher than that of F-16. What does it mean? It enhances the maneuverability capability. When the aircraft is under attack, it can actually escape the radar range. It can go up and down, swing, and also go upwards vertically. That is where actually it picks up momentum and speed, number one. Number two, it has got the capability, larger number of pods. It can carry the weapon heads or the warheads much more larger and heavier than that of F-16. The range of this aircraft, when it fires a projectile, it achieves a target range of 150 kilometers. That means it can engage a target effectively at a range of 150, whereas F-16 engages a target at 100 kilometers. So there is an advantage of 50. This aircraft is one of such kind of a special aircraft. It has got the advantage of having the electronic countermeasure capability. What does it mean? Today, India is deficient of cyber offensive capability.
Right.
It is deficient of electromagnetic offensive capability. Like the way Hamas, they blacked out, they jammed electromagnetic spectrum on 7th of October 2023 and attacked against IDF. So this aircraft from an aerial platform will be able to jam enemy's electromagnetic countermeasures, and effectively enable our forces to go and carry out offensive and come back, or at least declare that we have
But
done
like
our
you
job.
pointed out, General, this is not going to happen tomorrow, right? This is not going to happen over the next couple of months. This is a long deal that will actualize in given time, and this is a big boost. We're not looking at this war with Pakistan that everybody seems to be mongering about in today's time. It is important. Things are escalating. We need to be ready. We need to showcase our preparedness. But politics is also brewing up. And you've helped the viewers really understand that 50-kilometer advantage that we have in our projectile dispensation and the maneuverability, some of those really cool-looking shots on our screens as well. I think we're going to leave it there. It's important that we continuously, talk about this for the viewers as well. But as the Congress leadership, it continues with its own respective stance at this particular point in time. It is going to be important to note that bipartisan unity comes out through and through in the face of national security. That is one angle that one has to look at. Before we wrap up, and of course, my thanks to General Sudhakar and Advocate Dhaya for helping us out, put this into perspective as well. Before we go into that commercial breather, we've got another story that we're tracking for you. An explosion that has been reported near the Peace Committee office. This is in South Waziristan in Pakistan, that has killed 7 people and has injured 16 others. And according to Geo News, citing Pakistani police reports, the Peace Committee office was completely destroyed. Screens as well. This is the bomb blast in South Waziristan. 7 people killed, several injured in that bomb blast, at least 16 according to the reports that we're tracking from Pakistan, citing Pakistani police data. The bomb blast at a peace meeting. A bomb blast at a peace meeting, 7 people killed in South Waziristan. Well, time for a quick commercial breather here. Top developments continue right on the other side. Keep it with Newsline.